If you're new to Forex trading and you're still struggling with how to use MetaTrader 5 app on your mobiles to trade Forex and make money, then this video is for you, because in this video, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about MetaTrader 5, how to use the app and place your first trade, add your indicators, put your objects, calculate your take profit and stop loss, everything that you need to know to get started. That is what I'll be showing you in this very tutorial. Okay, let's begin with the 5 tabs that you need to acquaint yourself with in MetaTrader 5 mobile app. The first is this quote tab. You can see it. That's where you see all the quotes, the currency pairs you'll be trading. Here you see the price of the instruments you're trading. So the next one is this very chart. That is where you do your analysis, whether to buy or to sell a currency pair. In that place, you add your indicators and all that. So that is what you see there. Then the next tab you need to see is your trade tab. After doing your analysis and you place a trade, whether a buy trade or a sell trade or pending orders, there you will see your trade, and that is also where you will see your equity, your balance, open trades, everything. That is where you see it. Okay, then this next tab here is the history tab. In this place you see everything that you have done, that is closed orders, whether profit or loss, you will see them there. You will see every transaction history that you've done. That is the place you will see it. So these are the 4 major tabs you need to acquaint yourself with, and I'll be showing you exactly how to use them. Now this last one is the message tab. So in this message tab, that is where you get information from your broker. So these are the 5 tabs that you need to know, you need to acquaint yourself with in MetaTrader 5 mobile app. Now let's begin with the quote tab. Like I said, the quote tab is where we get our currency quotes. Okay, these are quotes. Like here we have gold, and this is the bid price, and this is the ask price. The difference between this bid price and the ask price is what we call the spread, and that you can see calculated for you right here. This is the spread of this very currency pair, and the spread is always important because it is the cost of your transaction. You have to make sure that whatever currency pair you're trading, that the spread is not too high. All right, this is euro versus dollar, and this is the ask price, this is the bid price. So you can see this whole interface here is in what we call advanced mode. Okay, it is the advanced mode that shows all these details. If you want to get the simple mode, which does not show all these details, you can just tap on your chart, you swipe down, you click on simple view. You can see the simple view. The simple view is just showing you the symbols, the bid price and the ask price. That is the simple view mode. So if you don't like much of those information, which I tell you they are important, but if you think you don't like them, then you can go with the simple mode view. They are all showing you the same thing, but in this case you need to calculate the spread with your own hand, subtracting this bid price from the ask price. That gives you the spread. So I will return to the advanced view mode. So we return to the advanced view mode. All right, you can add more instruments to this very list. Here is the list. Okay, if you want to add any instrument to this very list, you come to this plus button here. So when you click on the plus button, you will select wherever you want. So if it is Forex that you want to add instrument, you click on the Forex, then you go to Forex majors or minors. Okay, so I've added all these ones. You can see all of them. They are all here. If I go to Forex minors, okay, let's say I want to add this GBP AUD, which is British pounds versus Australian dollar. If I want to add that, I'll just click on this plus button. So it is added. So when I return back and go to the downside, you can see that I have my GBP AUD right here. So that is how you add any currency pair you want to add. So if you want to edit this list, you come to this very pencil sign. So when you click on this pencil sign, there are 3 things you can do here, either to add more. If I click here, I can add, just like I showed us in the first place, but I do not want to add, so I will return. So I can delete. So if I click on this delete, if I select this, I will delete everything. There is 34 of them. I will delete the 34 instruments listed there. but I don't want to delete all. Okay, so what I want to do, let's say I want to delete the last one I added, which is this very stock. So when I click on this, one is selected, you can see it, then I click delete. So if I go down now, it's no longer there. The last one right now was the first we added, which is that GBP AUD. All right, so that's how you delete. Now let's say I want to rearrange all this. I want things to be rearranged. So all I need to do is to just click on these very 4 horizontal lines and drag that pair to any point I want it to be. So let's say this WTI, which is spot oil, I want it to come up. So all I need to do is drag it to any level I want it to be. So you can see I have just dragged it up and it's now above gold. Initially we were having gold at the top, but now we're now having WTI at the top. So when we return back to our symbols, you see now that WTI is now at the top, gold is now following, Euro GBP, Euro USD, Euro GBP, Euro JPY, just that way. So that is what you can do with this very edit button. So there are other things you can do from this quote section, like when you pick anyone, let's say this oil, okay? When I click on it, it will bring out details, full name, which is WTI spot oil, new order. So if I want to trade it, I can just click on it. It will take me to where I can place an order. Then the next one is chart. If I want to get the chart of it, when I click on it, I will be able to go to the chart. Then if I click on properties, it will show me more details about that WTI. Then depth of market statistics, all these. Then if I want a simple view mode of this whole quotes, I will click on that to see it, just like I explained before. Let's just click on properties and see the properties of these very instruments. So when we click on properties, so here you see the whole properties about this very instrument. One more thing I want you to know about the quote section is the calculation of your pips. You can see that the price is moving. So as the price is rising, it's rising by points, and as it's going down by points. So your pip value is in this very 4th decimal place, okay? So like now this Euro USD is 1.1421. This tiny number here is called the pipette. If this number moves from 1.1421 to maybe 1.1425, it has moved up by 4 pips, okay? Then if it goes down to 1.1411, then it has moved down by 10 pips, okay? For JPY pairs, the pip value is in the 2nd decimal place. So like here we're having 169.90. If this moves up to 169.97, it has moved up by 7 pips. And if it goes down to 169.80, it has moved down by 10 pips. All right, so that is how you calculate your pips. So that is all you need to know about this very quote section. Let's move down to the chart section. So there are 2 ways you come to the chart section. Either you just come here directly and you open the chart of any currency pair that you want from this very drop down. From this drop down, you can select any currency pair you want and open the chart. So that is one way to go about it. So like now I've just opened the chart of Euro USD from this place, okay? So we can do that, or we can also do it from this quote section. So from the quote section, any currency pair you want to open, let's say GBP USD, you just click on it, then come to charts, okay? Click on charts. So it has opened the chart of GBP USD right here, okay? So that is how you can open the chart. So in this very chart section, this is where you analyze your currency pair or whatever instrument you want to trade. Like I said here, you can change and select any other currency pair that you want to trade and see the chart. That's what you can do here. This is showing the time frame. You can change the time frame from here, but we'll explain everything here, so we're coming to that. All right, so this chart is showing us candlesticks. All right, so we're seeing candlesticks. The green one is showing us bullish candlesticks, while the red one is showing us bearish candlesticks. Okay, the bullish candlesticks have a lower opening price and a higher closing price, while the bearish candlestick is the reverse. It means that the price opened in a higher level and closed in a lower level. That is a depreciation, while the bullish one is an appreciation. So that is for the candlestick. You also have bar charts and line charts, but this candlestick chart is the most commonly used among traders. All right, so this first thing here is what we call the crosshair. So with this crosshair, you can move around to find price levels. Let's say I want to know the price level at this point. So if I place my crosshair here, I can know the exact price at this point. So this is the price at this point. Then I can know the date of this very candle the crosshair is resting on. This is the date it's formed. So that is what you can do with the crosshair. And another thing you can do with the crosshair is to measure the distance between a certain price level to another price level, and that can only be done on MetaTrader 5 mobile app. So if I want to do exactly that, I want to measure the distance between this very point and this point. So I will click on this point, then I will hold on this and then use another finger to move the crosshair to the level I want to get it to. All right, so with this right now, you can see that I've measured from this level to this level. So here I have 649 pips as the distance between here and here. So that is what you can do with a crosshair on MT5 mobile app. Then the next thing is this very indicator button. When I click on it, there I can add indicators. Okay, so if I click on this plus button, I can add any type of indicator I know how to use or I want to use. Let's say I want to add a moving average. If I click on moving average, then I can set the parameters. Let's say I want a 50 period moving average. Then the method, you have different methods. You have simple moving average, exponential moving average, smoothed or linear weighted moving average. So let's say I want that simple moving average. Then it's always applied to the close, but you can choose to apply to either the open or high, but most often we apply to close. Is a better one. You can choose the time frames you want it to appear in, either to appear on some time frames or all the time frames. So we'll leave it at all. Then you can choose to make the line thicker or thinner. Okay, it can be thin, it can be thick. Then you can change the color to whatever color you want. Okay, so let's say we want the color to be red. You can make the line to be slash or to be a combination of slash and dotted lines, or you can make it to just be continuous line. So any one you choose, you click save. So when you return back to your chart, you can see the moving average. And what the moving average does is that it shows you the trend in the market. You can see why the price was above the moving average here. It was an upward trend, but right now you can see that price has returned below the moving average. This is telling us that the price is now changing from an upward trend to a bearish trend now. So we are now having a reversal. Okay, so that is what you can have here. And you can also add another indicator if you want. Let's say I want to add another moving average. Okay, so if I click on this and maybe I want to make the moving average say 100 moving average, 100 period moving average, then I'll need to change the color to distinguish the two. So let's say I make it purple, then I click on save. So you can see the two moving averages now. Where you have moving average crosses, that is where you see change in trend. Okay, that is just how you add other indicators like Bollinger Band. If you want a Bollinger Band, you come to this point, then you can add a Bollinger Band. There are also other ones like oscillators. Like under oscillators, we have things like RSI, stochastic oscillator, MACD, relative strength index. I want to add relative strength index. We leave it at this default 14 period. So you can change the color if you want, and then you click save. So when we come back, you can see the relative strength index right here. Okay, so I will not go into details on how to use them, but all the same, that is just it. So if you want to remove any of these indicators you've added, all you need to do is come back to that indicator button, click on this, then you can select the one you want to delete and click delete. Now, if you don't want anyone to be visible, just click on this I button. You don't want to delete it, but you don't also want it to be visible. Just click on this I button. The I will be crossed. That means it won't be visible. So when we get back, we're only seeing one indicator, despite the fact that the second one is still there, just that you don't make it visible. So if you want it to still be visible, then just click on the I and it becomes visible again. When you get back, we're having two of them. So that is how you add and remove your indicators. I will also show you another way to add the indicators still from this very point, but let's go on with this. So this is your time frame. This is showing a daily time frame, okay? But I can change it by clicking on it to select other time frames. So if I click on H4, that will change to a 4-hour time frame. So what it will be showing is what happens every 4 hours. So each of these candles represents for 4 hours. So if I select weekly is showing that each of these candles represent what happens every week. At every point in time, you have about 9 time frames, but you can add or remove some. By coming to this very gear button, I can decide to remove some and add some. So I can decide that I want to add maybe 8 hours time frame. So if I click on 8 hours time frame now, so initially it was not there, but now 8 hours will now come up. It's now showing what happens every 8 hours. So if I still want to add another one, let's say I want 12 minutes. If I click on 12 minutes, so it will show me what is happening every 12 minutes. All right, so we're done with this. The next one is this pending order button. So in MetaTrader 5, you have 2 order buttons. This first one is called the pending order button, and it is like a clock, while this one is called instant execution button. So when you click on this pending order button, you will see this pop up right here. So here you see buy limits, stop loss, take profits. If I want to buy at a lower price than the current market price, then I will use a buy limit, okay? If I want to sell at a higher price than the current market price, I will take it up. So once it crosses this current market price, okay, it will change to sell limit. So you can choose to sell at a price higher than the current market price. When you click on it, on this, your stop loss can be above, okay, and your take profits can be below. All right, so that is how you set your pending order. All right, click on this. You can still change the order type if you want. You can just change it if you want from this very drop down. From this drop down, you can change it either to market execution, buy limit and all that, but we are still going with the sell limit. Then here you can increase your lot size or you can reduce it. All right. Then here is the price. You can also increase the price. If you don't like where it is, you can increase it with this, or you can even type the price you want. Let's say I want it at 1.3380. Then my stop loss and my take profit, I can still adjust it, increase it from here. GTC means good till cancel. That means so long as you don't cancel it manually, it will always remain there. So when I click on this, I can select whether I want it to expire at the end of today. If I click this at the end of today, with or without my intervention, the order will be automatically deleted. If I want a specified date, I can click on this to specify the exact date when I want it to expire. So that is for the expiration. Then when you're done, you can just click on place. All right, so when you click on place, the order is right here showing us the trade. That means whenever price gets to this point, it will sell off from here with or without you being on the system. That is exactly how you place your pending order. And when you come to the trade session, which we are getting to, you will see the trade placed. Okay, you can see the trade is right here Yes, sell order is placed right here, but we're still coming back to that trade section. Okay, then if you want to place an instant execution, for instance, this is instant execution. When I click on this button, so I will see an option to sell or to buy instantly. There is no place to place a stop loss or take profit at that point. All you just need to do is just click sell or buy, then you can adjust later. But the risk is that sometimes you can just enter instantly, then you may forget and the market may just wipe off your account. If I want to sell right now and I click this sell, it will sell. If I want to buy, and if I click on this buy, it will buy, then I can adjust. Let me just use that to show us. So let's say I want to buy 0.03 lot size, for instance. So let's leave it at 0.05. So let's say I want to buy this 0.05 lot size at this current price. I want to buy it and I want to put my stop loss below here. If I just click on buy, you will see the order executed because it's an instant execution. So let me click on buy. So you can see that the buy order is already executed here. So if you want this thing to go out of this place, just click here, it disappears. Now if you come to your trade button, you can see the order is right here. We are buying GBP USD at this point. Okay, now I will show you how to adjust it. There are ways to adjust it, so I will show you exactly how to do that. So let's say I want to add my stop loss and my take profit. Now I'll just click on this very order. When I click on it, I will see the place to add my stop loss or my take profit. So if I click on the stop loss, I can move it to where I want to put my stop loss. Let's say I want my stop loss to be here, just below this very point. Then my take profit, I can add it right here. Let's say I want my take profit to be here. So once I am done with that, click on this arrow button here, then click modify. So the order is modified. I'm having my order here, I'm having my stop loss here, I'm having my take profit right here, just below this very pending order we have here. So I've shown you how to place a pending order, I've shown you how to place an instant execution and how to modify it all from your chart. We've just exhausted all these tabs here, what you can do with them. When you tap on your chart, you see a wheel come up. So this wheel shows all the time frames we talked about, so you can still change your time frames from here. All right, then you can add your indicators from here, just like we explained about here, using your indicator here. So this is just like a duplication of duties, so you can change your indicators from here. You can pick your crosshair also from here. So these are the only ones I didn't talk about and I want to mention them right now. So this one is settings. When you click on this, there you will see settings. You can change your candlestick here to either bar chart, line chart, or Henkinashi. So let's say we want it to be in bar chart. If I click on this and we go back to our chart, you find out that the chart is no longer candlesticks. The chart is now bar charts. It's still telling the same story. This is a bearish bar chart and this is a bullish bar chart, telling us that the market opened here on this bullish one and closed here, went to this highest price, and this is the lowest price. Then the bearish one, the market opened here, this is the highest price, this is the closing price, and this is the lowest price. So this is what a bar chart looks like. So we want to return back to settings and return it back to our candlesticks. All right, then this open, high, low, close, it shows you the price. When you put your crosshair at this point, you can see that we have these numbers under here. This is the open price, this is the highest price, this is the lowest price, and this is the closing price. So that's what that open, low, high, and close does. Okay, when you select this show data window, it pops up some values in your crosshair. Like now you're seeing this value. It's telling you about the moving averages that are here. Just as the crosshair is moving, it's showing you the values. Okay, if you don't want to be seeing this, you just go under that settings, come under the settings and remove the show data window. So when we go back, you can see that it's no longer showing that window. All right, okay, so there are still many other things you can do from these settings. you can add volume. So if you want to show volume, when you click on this show tick volumes, show real volumes, you can select them to show volumes in your chart. All right, so when I click on maybe show real volumes, and when we get back to our chart, you can see the volumes. If I want it to disappear totally, I'll just say don't show volume. So that is gone. No longer do we have any volume here. All right, there are still other things we can do here. So here we say trade positions, tick. So when you tick it, you will see lines of your trade positions like we are seeing right now. Let me show us. So here we can see all the trade positions we have. We have this pending order, this pending order here, and we have this buy order here. They are all showing on our chart. But if I don't want us to see it, I will just go back to this very trade position, unselect the trade position, and also unselect the trade order. When I get back, you see that nothing is showing on my chart again, yet I still have my trades on. These are the trades, they are all on, but the pending order, the open orders that we have, they are all on. But if you come to my charts, you're not seeing anything on this GBP USD, which I have trades on. Select trade position. So if I trade position, the only thing that will show now is the open order. So when I get back, you see now that the only thing that is showing is this open order that we have right here. Okay, the pending order is not showing because I did not select that. So it's only when I get back and select the trade order, that is when I will see the pending order appear again. All right, so the next one is this trade history. When you select this trade history, what you see is that it will be showing you, okay, let me select it and let us see. It will show you all the trades you've placed. So you can see it's showing me this arrow where I place the trade. Okay, this is how the arrow will be showing. So if I put a sell again, you see, so sometimes it will just litter around your chart, which is not always very good in my own eyes. So I always leave it unselected, because what happens is that if you have placed so many trades, especially if you're a scalper and you're trading just off and on, you will see your chart littered with these very arrows. So how to remove it is just come to these very settings and unselect trade history. So that is gone. Okay, so this selected, this one is showing you the stop loss and take profit levels, just like we are seeing in the chart. So that is what you see here. While this is showing you period separator. So if I put this now, if I select that and go back to my chart, you will see these dotted lines. These are the period separators. It's showing you the difference between the days. This is May 6th. This is May 9th. So it's showing you difference between the days. Then one click panel at the bottom. If you want instant execution button to be showing at the bottom instead of at the top, just select it here. So when you now come to your chart and you click instant execution, you see that the buy and stop is now showing at the bottom instead of at the top where it was showing before. So here you can buy or you can sell or you can buy, is now at the bottom. So I prefer it at the top, so it's now at the top. Okay, so the last thing on these very settings is the color scheme. This one I love it because that's what used to customize your charts the way you like. So if I click on it, I can decide to set my chart the way I want it. So you can make it color on white. That is what I have presently. Then you can make it green on white. You can make it black on white and click save. Remember, we were having color on white. So if I click save right now, if we go back, you see that the chart has changed. So if you want to change it again to maybe green on black, then save. This is what you're having. Okay, so depending on how you want your chart, but I prefer it color on white. So I will return back to that point and make it color on white. Then I will save. So when I return back, I have my chart this way. I always love it this way. So from that same colors, you can on your own manually change all these colors. So that is what you can do with this settings button. Now the next is this object button where you have triangles, circles and all that. If I click on it, I can add objects. Okay, so if I click on this plus button, all these are my favorite because I already have them. That is why you're seeing them this way. So but if you're just using it for the first time, all you will have is this plus button. So when you click on this plus button, you can decide to pick a vertical line, horizontal line, trend line, so arrow, whatsoever. So let's say I want to pick a horizontal line, so I can place the horizontal line wherever I want to place it. Let's say I want to mark this very level, so if I place it here is the horizontal line. Now I can adjust it so long as this point is showing, these dots are showing. I can move the line, the object. I can also edit the object by pressing on it. So when I press on it, I will see this edit button, this pencil sign. Then if I click on the pencil sign, I can change the price level where it is right here. So let's say I want the point where it is to be at 1.3160 instead of 1.3176 where it was. I can make it to show in every time frame. So I can select the time frame I want it to appear on or leave it at all time frames. Then I can change the color. Maybe I want it to be this color. So if I click save, so you can see the line where it is right now. And if you want to remove it, click on it, and once the two dots appears, you can delete it with this very button. Okay, with this beam button. And if you want to duplicate it, which is one thing that MetaTrader 5 has, which the MetaTrader 4 mobile app doesn't have, you have the power to duplicate objects. So if I click on this duplicate now, that object has been duplicated, so you can move it to any point you want. So you can duplicate objects at will with MetaTrader 5. Okay, see, I'm duplicating this. All right. So if I want to remove them, like I said, I can just tap on it, then delete. Use the delete button. Delete. Delete. There are many other objects you can add. You can add your Fibonacci retracement. So let's say I want to add my Fibonacci retracement. So I come to this point. So I come under Fibonacci. So here is Fibonacci. I pick it up. So I want to see where it can retrace to before it starts moving down. So all I need to do is I come to the swing high and take it to the swing low. This is the swing high, this is the swing low, and we're seeing a retracement. So we can see the levels where price can retrace to. This is the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. This is the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. This is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. This is the 61.8 Fibonacci level. A shallow retracement will come to this 38.2 Fibonacci level, but a deeper retracement will be 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci levels. So let's say I want to move my sell limit to 50% Fibonacci, so I can now take it to this point. So with this now, I can adjust this order. And now my order is now at 50% Fibonacci level. That means I expect that when the price gets back to this point, I can take my sell. Now, if I want to add another trade, for instance, maybe at 61.8 Fibonacci level, I can still use my pending order button, okay, and bring it, say, okay, I want to sell at this point. I want to put my stop loss still at this point, for instance, and I want to take my profit maybe now at when the price returns here, okay. So by so doing, I'll just click place. I now have another trade right here, another sell limit order right here with my stop loss right here. So if I want to modify the Fibonacci, if I just click on this point, I can modify the parameters, both the levels, the how thick it is, the color, everything. I can do it just like I did with the horizontal line. Then once you're done, you click save. If you want to delete it, you can delete and it's gone. So one more thing I want to show you right here is this very dual window button. This is not obtainable in MetaTrader 4. So this dual window button is where you can duplicate your window, so you can have two windows in one. So let's select it. So I can add a new window, let's say a window that I can compare with. So if I click on this, okay, you can see that I'm having GBP USD and Euro USD. You can change the time frame of the Euro USD to become the same time frame, like daily here, daily here. So here you can see that both of them seem to be acting the same way, but this is most important when you want to get a correlation. You can change whatever instrument that you want to compare here. Okay, let's say oil. So right here you have oil and you have GBP USD. So you can compare both of them. You can add indicators to this very one. So let's say I want to add an indicator here. If I click on this, I can add whatever indicators, just what I did to the other one, I can still do. Say I'm adding parabolic SAR, for instance. So you can see my parabolic SAR is right here. So I can just work on this just like I work on this, okay? So if you want to remove this now, when you just click on this, then come back to the dual window, then select the one you want to remove and click remove. Then if you want to take it up, if you want it to be up, you can just drag it up. You can see that it has changed. It's now up while the GBP USD is down. So if I want to remove this, I'll just click on this, select this, and once you select it, you will see remove highlighted, then you click remove. We are done with everything we need to do from this chart section. So the next thing is now this trade section. So in this trade section, where we return, so here you have your balance, you have your equity, you have your free margin. Now, if you don't have any trade, everything here will just be the same. But the balance and the equity and the margin, everything will be the same. But because we have some trades here, that's why this is showing the way it's showing right now. So let me begin with, say, closing part of this trade. So if I want to close this trade, long press on the currency pair, you will see either to close position, modify, or to place a new order to go to the charts. These are things that if I want to close, I can just click on close. If I want to modify, I can click on modify or new order. Then there is also another way you can go about it. So just swipe left. So if you swipe left, this will be for close, this will be for modification, and this will be to add a new trade, or this will be to go to the charts, while this is for depth of market. If I click on this, okay, so I can decide to close all the trades. I can decide to close parts of the trade. So let's say I want to close part of the trade. Let's say I want to take part. Now, if I close all, this 0.05, if I close all, this is the profit I'll be going with, $286. Now, if I close parts, as I reduce the number I want to close, the value will be reducing. So let's say I want to close just 0.02. So this is what I will now be going with. So let's say I just want 0.01. That's where I want to close. So if I close this, so the order is closed. Instead of 0.05 open trade, we are now having 0.04. Okay, so that's where it closed. Then if I want to add another position, I can use this plus button. So now this is exactly how you either close, modify your trades. Then if you want to delete orders that are still pending, okay, so you can just come to this point and delete. So with this, I can delete. So that is what you can do from this very point. You can either delete or do whatever you want to do from there. All right. Then another thing you can do from here is to rearrange your position based on profit. So if you can use this very up and down arrow, when I click on it, whichever way you can arrange it the way that you want. So this one is where you add new trades. If you want to add a new trade, you can add new trade, select the currency pair. This is gold. You can also change the currency pair from here. select any other currency pair you want to add. But one thing about it is that you will not be able to see the charts while placing it from here. So it's always good to look at the charts and place your order instead of just going directly from here. The next is this history section. So when you come under the history section, you will see the positions, okay? The initial position was 0.1 lot size, which is a mini lot size, but out of it, I've initially taken 0.05. Then today, in this tutorial, I also closed another 0.01, making it a total of 0.06. So we are still having 0.04 left, which is what is right here. Okay, there is one that is left. So that is what you can see in history. History will show you how your trade has been, what you have done with your trade. This is for the positions. Then for the orders, this is showing the orders that has been filled. There was a buy order of 0.05 at market price, and there is a buy order of 0.01, which is that close. Now, when you close a sell order, what you simply did was buying. So that is also what we have here. So these are the two orders that have been fulfilled this very morning. Then deals. Under deals, this is that order that have been closed this morning. So that is what you see in your history. Then you can search it based on symbol. So if I want to search based on symbol, then I can arrange it based on time, volume, deals, profit, whatever. You can also search based on time. You can search based on what happened today, what happened within the week, last month, last 3 months. You can customize the time. So all these are what you can do with your history. So finally is this message section, which I told you that you may not really need it all the time. So here is where you get messages from your broker, maybe things like margin call or some important messages from your broker. You can always get it right here. I have taken time to walk you through MetaTrader 5 mobile app, and I hope you've got great values from this video. So thank you. Ensure you share this video. Leave your comments in the comment sections, what I didn't do well or what you think I should have added in the tutorial, and I will do best to do that in my next video. So thank you for watching. Ensure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out when I release my next videos.